remember there was a time I used to call a certain person my soulmate, like, and I used to kind of, I won't say throw that word around because I didn't, but why am I mentioning this, right? Soulmates. When I look back on that connection, it was a flesh mate. And we got to stop calling flesh mates soulmates. You're being driven by your lust. You understand what I'm saying? You're being driven by your lust. And lust blinds us. Love, I do not believe is blind. I believe that love is discerning. Biblical love is discerning, but lust is blind. And so when God gave me that revelation, he was like, you know, I need you to come out of agreement with all these people. And by people, I mean even friends or people that I assumed at one point in my life were friends. I'd be like, oh my God, that's my soulmate. You know what I'm saying? God was like, I need you to come out of agreement with these people that you claim to be soulmates and realize that those people were flesh mates. And it isn't to say these people did not have a fragment of my soul that I needed to retrieve in that moment. It's that they can't go with me into my next season, and I'm gonna make that make sense. Stay with me. So you know how scripture tells us that flesh and blood cannot make it into the kingdom of heaven, right? So when I break off those agreements, and rather God breaks those agreements off of me, right? Those yokes off of me, it's literally the flesh being broken off. And I'm able to retrieve the soul aspect, that fragment of my soul from that encounter, which allows me to ascend. It allows me to evolve into my highest self, or, you know, one step closer at least, right, to my highest self, walking in my highest self. That's a better way to say that, yeah. But the flesh cannot go into the kingdom of heaven, okay? So, you know, with that understanding, I've just gotten so, you know, intentional with my words. And I'm not just calling, you know what I'm saying, random blow schmo, you know what I'm saying, my soulmate. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's a family member. I don't care if it's a romantic person. I understand that there is a such thing as flesh mates. And I've had about one or two in my lifetime. And yet those connections, those attachments cannot come with me into heaven. And so we have to definitely, you know what I'm saying, be more intentional with our word. Because, you know what I'm saying, it's not always what you think it is. It is not always what you think it is. That's your flesh mate. It's not your soulmate. They have a fragment of your soul, but they may not be going with you to your next season, and you need to recognize that. And the earlier, the sooner, the better. Okay.